You're watching Adam the Bull on the Bet Rivers Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Bullpen with Adam the Bull, brought to you by Bet Rivers. It's a post-game edition as the Browns have lost yet again, this time to an awful New Orleans Saints team by a final score of 35-14. Yes, the Browns blown out in the fourth quarter against probably the worst team left on their schedule. And the bottom line, as it stands right now, is the Browns are just a terrible football team. It's as simple as that. They are 2-8. Only the Jacksonville Jaguars have a worse record. They're in a three-way tie with the Giants, Titans, and Raiders for the second worst record. If the season ended today, the Browns would have, and they're even losing their pick because their schedule's gotten easier compared to their opponents. The Browns right now would have the fifth pick in the draft. It is absolutely inexcusable how bad the Cleveland Browns have been this year against, to this point, an extremely easy schedule. Now it's going to get tougher as the season goes along, which is why the Browns are going to continue to pile up losses. They are a bad franchise. Jimmy Haslam is, without a doubt, one of the worst owners in all of sports. Andrew Berry's done a terrible job. Terrible might be strong, a bad job. And obviously Kevin Stefanski's been up and down. I'd stick with him, but it's getting harder every week to say that. This is a bad football team. It's a failed season. They talk in nothing but generic bullshit, Ivy League answers. I'm sick of Deep Podesta. I'm sick of all this Ivy League bullshit. This team is absolute crap. They're absolute crap. They're 2-8. They are what their record says they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost every game the rest of the year. They're not playing any terrible teams the rest of the season. They lost to the Raiders. Again, the worst teams on their schedule. The Cowboys, Jags, Giants, Raiders, and Saints. They went 1-4. 1-4 against the worst teams on their schedule. They got the Steelers next week. The way the Steelers just, they beat the Ravens. I mean, that's unbelievable. They held the Ravens' high-powered offense to 16. What are they going to do to this crap all? And yeah, listen, Jameis was all right today. He played pretty well. He put up big numbers. I'm sick of his bullshit in the pregame. Just answer the fucking questions. Stop with your soliloquies. Religion's beautiful. Believe whatever you want, but answer the fucking questions. Otherwise, don't do the stupid interview. It's so annoying. I'm even annoyed at Jameis, and he's far from the problem. Again, he played pretty well. The offense was okay. The kicker sucks. Why do you extend the fucking kicker? Dustin Hopkins had one good year. The Browns love to pay guys based on one good year. They did get a 100-yard receiver or rusher for the first time in forever. Jerry Jeudy had that 89-yard touchdown and finished with 142 yards. Again, the offense was good, or at least the passing game was good. Jameis 30-46, 395, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Made a lot of good throws. They protected him pretty well. Jeudy had I mentioned. Njoku caught all 9 of his targets for 81 yards. Elijah Moore had his first touchdown of the year, 66 yards. Tillman, a quiet game, 3 for 47. They couldn't run the ball again. Nick Chubb actually had a couple of decent runs, his best yards per carry, but they only ran it 11 times with him. For a while there, he wasn't playing. I don't know what was going on. The defense, trash. Defense is trash. How about what's his name? Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of the guy, the analyst for the game, Jonathan Vilma. Browns defense is pretty good. Pretty good. Their defense sucks. They got torched by the Saints. Taysom Hill was looking like Lamar Jackson in this game. Taysom Hill, even with his 2 turnovers, 18 yards passing, 138, 3 touchdowns running, 50 yards receiving. The Browns are just a disgrace. And I'll tell you what sums up this whole fucking sorry franchise. The whole freaking thing sums it up. Browns down 21-14. There's a pass deep that gets broken up it's a throw to the tight end. And I can't remember now which member of the Browns. I gotta look up this play because I gotta remember what player it was specifically on the Browns. It was a drive late in the game, and the Browns broke it up in the end zone. I'm not going to find it. I think they ended up scoring the touchdown anyway. It was to Foster Moreau. Yes. And the Browns break it up at the end of the third quarter. And they're fucking dancing around on the field. They're losing the game. They're dancing around the field. The ball got underthrown by Carr. Nobody even did anything. And these guys are dancing like fucking idiots. The Browns organization from top to bottom is a disgrace. A disgrace. The owner sucks. The front office sucks. The coach has done a terrible job. There's not enough good players. What can you say? You have this beautiful basketball team that's 14-0 trying to get to 15-0. You have a beautiful baseball team that got to the American League Championship Series. And everybody's obsessed with this piece of shit football team that absolutely sucks. They con themselves into believing every year is going to be the year. People were going nuts. I knew the Browns weren't going to make the playoffs this year because they can never do anything good 2 years in a row. Ever. Ever. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you. I don't believe in jinxes. I really don't. But following this team for whatever it's been, 14 football seasons, however many it's been since I've been in Cleveland, I can understand why people start believing in jinxes because they seem like such a snake bit franchise. So many bums involved with this team. The owner, the son-in-law, the Paul D. Podesta, the man behind the curtain. They can't even tell you what his fucking job is. They can't even tell you that. Andrew Berry has done a bad job. That's it. You know, I wasn't sold on Andrew Berry, but this year it really got cemented as to how bad a job he has done with this team. And in terms of this game specifically, defense, a lot of no-shows. Browns got 1 sack in this game by Agbo Okoronkwo. You know, Denzel played really well early, got the pick, and then he got banged up as usual. But, I mean, some of those runs by Taysom Hill, who averaged 20 yards a carry. Oh, my God. The Saints ran the ball 28 times for 214 yards, and that's including 2 kneel downs. You take that out, it's 26 for 212. Oh, my God. That's over 8 yards a carry. What a freaking embarrassment. Good thing the Browns had Kadarius Toney up for his negative 7-yard run. Look at Jamari Thrash actually caught a ball. How about that? Another great draft pick by the Browns. What is there to like about this team right now? Jameis is not a long-term answer. I said he was going to play well this week because the Saints stink. The rest of the games he'll be up and down. He's not a winning quarterback. He's a serviceable guy. He can be a bridge guy. If you want to draft somebody next year and you want to keep him around to be a backup, okay, well, fine. But he's not the answer. They have no answer at quarterback. DTR comes in one play, looks like he's going to throw. Would have thrown a pick if what's his name, Demario Davis could catch. That's another guy. The Browns just gave him away. I don't think that was. I don't think I could blame Andrew Berry for that one. I think that might have been Dorsey. It might have even been Sashi. No, yeah, I think it was Sashi. Another brilliant move by the analytics team here. Guy's been an absolute stud. Browns gave him away for nothing. He gave him away for nothing. And so at running back, you know, You really need an answer going forward. It might be Nick Chubb, maybe, but we don't know. Got nothing else there. Jerry Jeudy, I had a big game today. I'll give him that. For the most part, he's been a nothing. He's just a guy. I like Cedric Tillman. He's shown some promise. All the receivers have been much better with, competent throwing quarterback. You're still stuck with the stupid Watson contract. He's tied with Austin Hedges for the worst player in sports. You find a tight end with Njoku. Offensive line is serviceable at best at this point. Your defensive line is pretty bad outside of Myles Garrett. Ogbo's okay. Tomlinson's okay. You got nothing at linebacker besides J.O.K. You got Denzel, but he gets hurt every 8 seconds. Grant Delpit's pretty solid. Martin Emerson's solid in the secondary. It's just not. It's not enough. You paid the fucking kicker. He can't make a kick. Who gives a kicker an extension off of one good season? Like kicker extensions, there's like only supposed to be like 5 guys that get kicker extensions. Never draft a kicker. Never extend a kicker. And the Browns don't learn any lessons. They do the same freaking stupid stuff. These free agents, they'll suck. Juan Thornhill, he stinks. Guy's talking trash. He stinks. Can't play. Knew what John Johnson done since leaving. He stinks too. And I got to tell you, I shouldn't do this. You know what? I shouldn't do this, but I got to do it. I got to say, damn it, I shouldn't be doing this. Andrew Siciliano and Nathan Zagura, I'm going to give them credit before I get annoyed. They actually do a pretty good job on the broadcast. I got to be honest. Andrew's a good play-by-play guy. And Zagura, for a guy who never played the sport, I think he does a pretty solid job as the analyst. But their over-enthusiasm for a 2-7 football team on every serviceable play they make makes me want to throw up. I'm just keeping it real. I know probably a lot of fans like that, and I'm acknowledging they're good. They've done a good job. They really have. But the over-enthusiasm is annoying. I'll tell you something else that I shouldn't say, but I'm saying I'm annoyed at every Browns beat reporter, even though I like I like all but one of them. They're nice people. I can't take the tweets. The tweets get me angry. The play-by-play tweets. The, oh my God, Denzel Ward tweets. I'm getting annoyed. I'm annoyed by everything. I'm annoyed by everything that touches the Browns. Their social media team, I hate them. That's too harsh. It's mean, but that's how I feel right now. I'm sorry. It's wrong. I don't want to see any tweets from the Brown social media. I don't want to see a fucking birthday tweet. I don't want to see a we're going to NOLA tweet. I don't want to see thanks for playing here tweets. I don't want to see anything. I have to block the Brown social media because they're so annoying. And I'm pissed off because I have to watch this team play the rest of the year, and I don't want to. I don't know why anybody would want to. Who the hell wants to watch the rest of these games? The Browns have to play 7 more games, and they're going to stink. 4 of the 7 on the road. They're going to be an underdog probably for every game the rest of the season. Hopefully DeJuan Jones is okay, but he's out for the year. And, guy's been hurt a lot. The Jed Will situation is a disgrace. And there's just very little good I could say about this team. Even if they get a top pick, I have no faith they're going to get the pick right. I know this is crazy, and he really blew it by making Freddie Kitchens the coach. And frankly, he should have drafted Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson and not Baker Mayfield. That could have been worse. He could have drafted Darnold, who's actually playing decently, or certainly Josh Rosen would have been a lot worse. But John Dorsey was the best GM the Browns have had. They should bring him back. They won't do it. I don't know if he'd come back. I don't think Jimmy would do it, but it was a mistake. It was a mistake. And at the time, it felt like he had to go because he made such a blunder making Freddie the head coach because Freddie was a clueless buffoon. Man, I'm being mean. I'm being way mean, and it's wrong. But I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm pissed off that I couldn't do the show live because of technical problems. That has me pissed off. I'm just pissed off at the world right now. But thankfully, probably by the time you watch this, we got the Cavs. And then Tuesday night, the Cavs are playing the Celtics. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to try to distract myself with Cavs basketball, which I didn't think I could do, especially as long as this winning streak's going on. It's going to be something we could do because it's going to get harder and harder because the Browns, again, lost by 21 points to a bad football team. A bad football team. My producer, Max, will tell you he's a Saints fan. They're a terrible football team, the Saints. They didn't look like it today, but their defense stinks. Not the rest of the year. The Browns are playing some, well, in reality, the Browns are playing some. The next 4 weeks, they got to play the Steelers, the Broncos, the Steelers, the Chiefs. That's good defense. Now, the last 3 games, the defense is not as good. The Bengals' defense is bad. The Dolphins is and the Ravens is bad, although they're hard to run on. But the next 4 weeks, good luck with this offense. Might as well start DTR because, obviously the season's over. But I don't want to hear Jonathan Vilma, be prepared for the game, man. You can't come in saying the Browns' defense is good. They just give 27 points to a bad Charger offense. I thought the Browns' defense played well against the Bengals, but they always do. For the most part, the Browns' defense has been terrible this year, or mediocre at best. It's not good. It's not a strength. In fact, it was their weakness today. Special teams is awful. There was a punt that was almost returned for a touchdown. Still got returned to the Browns 35. The kicker can't make a kick. So there's really nothing positive to say about this football team right now because they're a goddamn disgrace. All right, folks. I'll be back on Tuesday. And the Browns are playing on Thursday night this week. A short turnaround. Short turnaround before you play the Steelers. That game's at home. So it's a big advantage, in theory, to be home for these Thursday night games. But we'll see. All right, thanks to Max for producing. I'll talk to you on Tuesday. Where else but right here in the Bullpen with Adam the Bull. Brought to you by Bet Rivers. See you, everybody.